Welcome to PC Gaming Tech Summary. I'm your host Gamer, and today we look at graphics cards. Yes, are you saving for a graphics card? What are your choices? Well, we're going to have a look at that today. Sit right back, have a cup of coffee, and we'll get into it. Well, I don't normally wear a tie in my videos, but I had something else to do, and so here it is. All right, now we've got some brand new graphics cards to someone new in the market. Intel making graphics cards. I am going to wait about a year, I think. 2023, mid-2023, I'll have another look at them, but they have a lot of work to do. They probably should have kept this whole development secret and concentrated on one mid-range card instead of trying to get into the very low end, so that they could build a very good quality product. If you don't have resizable bar capabilities, you really want to avoid these cards. The software is not fully developed to use all the features and benefits of the card, and there may be some issues actually with the design in the silicon, where they've created all these chips and they may not be using them. I don't know. Maybe they can use them for other things in laptops, onboard graphics, just basic graphics or something. I'm not sure. Yes, they're not ready to be released, and we need to actually see them running for some time to see if they're going to work. In fact, we need to see if they're going to stay in the market or if they're going to scrap the whole project, which is a possibility. So, next, AMD. Do you have an AMD graphics card? Well, not many people do. Yeah, so the first one on the list for the Steam survey is the AMD 580, which is almost an antique. And only 1.4% of the survey have one of those. So it's mostly NVIDIA. You've got the 1060, the most common video card at 7%. And then if we look at ray tracing capable cards from NVIDIA, the next and most common is the 2060, 5.6%. After that is the 3060. So the 3060 is the most sold 3000 series NVIDIA graphics card at 2.5%. And that's the one I've been using recently. Had it for a bit over, well, almost a year and a half now. After just under a year, the EVGA XC may have had some thermal paste issues where it needed to be replaced. So I asked them to put some fresh thermal paste on there. But what they did is they just sent me a brand new graphics card. So I've been running on that. That was pretty much, I've been doing that 8 months or so. And I'm just keeping an eye on the temperatures, because now that it's out of warranty, I will have to replace the thermal paste myself. Just keep that in mind. It's only a 2-fan card. If I were to buy a 3060 today, I would really try to get a 3-fan card. As long as my PC case could handle the size of it. All right. Now we've got the 3070, 2.1%. And the 2070 at 2%. Then the 3060 Ti, 1.5%. So that just gives you an idea of the the market and what's going on there, AMD's coming out with the 5 nanometer chips, and they're supposed to be more power efficient and run at higher clock speeds. But as far as I'm aware, there's not going to be designated ray tracing hardware in the card. It's going to be done by the processing cores, okay, within the card. So with NVIDIA, they have ray tracing cores, they've got tensor cores, which can do calculations for artificial intelligence type calculations, and they've got their CUDA cores, which are their main processing cores. So we've got mid-September for AMD release of new CPUs and a new GPUs. The CPUs will be going onto motherboards that will have one NVMe slot for the Gen 5 NVMEs, which haven't been released yet, but they're the fastest ones, okay? So that's interesting technology. And then the video cards released around the same time, so 15 September-ish. Then the next month, we've got NVIDIA 4000 series of graphics cards. So I don't have a firm date for those, but it's maybe the end of September, beginning of October. They'll start releasing the 4090 and 4080, and then 4070 after that. 4070 is looking to be about 300 watts. 4080 and 4090 in the 450 watt range, 400 to 450 watt-ish. So just keep that in mind if you're planning a graphics card purchase. The 4060 looks like that's going to be maybe 220 watts, but we'll know more a bit later. So that might help you with your planning. The 13th gen of Intel CPUs, that's going to be coming out in end of September, beginning of October, and it's going to be just a touch up from the 12th gen, okay? Just a little bit faster, more cores on some of those CPUs, etc., etc. So there's going to be more of the efficient cores added on. Another thing on the Steam survey are the screen resolutions. So what type of monitor are you using for your gaming, for your video card? And 67% of the people involved with that survey, 1080p. Wow, 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 yes. Only 11.5% at 1440p and 2.6% at 4K, which is what I do. 4K 60 hertz. So I don't do a lot of multiplayer gaming. The multiplayer games that I play, you don't need to play with other people. You can just do your own thing. It suits me fine. I like the large screen and the great graphics. Have a lot of fun. Been doing that for many years and really enjoyed that. And the 3060 12 gigabyte does quite well. You just adjust your settings to get the frame rate you need, which I need 60-ish, plus or minus. Yeah, going good there. So I am just mentioning this because as you plan to buy your new graphics card, you might keep in mind what monitor you're using. So if you'd like to upgrade from your 1080p monitor, then you need to figure out, okay, what's the refresh rate? That's going to give me an idea of what frames per second I need. And then you can decide at which graphics card you need. But as I said, all you have to do is tweak your settings in your games and you can generally get the exact frame rate that you want or desire, okay? And you can always, well, most of the time, let's say, you can turn on VSync. And so when VSync gets turned on, then it basically, on my system, it's just going to give a maximum of 60 frames per second. So the video card doesn't have to create all those extra frames if it's capable. So for certain games, it might be doing 90 frames per second or even 100 frames per second. But it doesn't need to work that hard. I don't need to, put a lot of wear and tear on the video card. So you've got that option as well. If you have any questions regarding this, I'm happy to research it if needed, if I don't know the answer already, and I'll answer your questions. If you'd like to see more videos, yes, on technology, a wide range of technology subjects, all you have to do is subscribe and you'll get notified when those videos are ready. Thanks for joining us here on PC Gaming Tech Summary, and don't forget, you'll be seeing me in the next video.
No.